Tell us about it.
Well, it was an idea that we had that a lot of people suggested to me, frankly, a lot of great people of our country, largely Republicans. It was an amazing night because the Republicans went wild and the Democrats sat there, but they all respect.
Yes, they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell.
Hey there, YouTube. Bed Bath & Bongs here. Thank you so much for joining me. So we're going to be talking about a couple things tonight, a couple of stories in the news, including the passing of legendary shock jock Rush Limbaugh. But let's go ahead and start with our dab of the day. And then for our dab of the day, we're smoking on some Melon Spear by Venom. It is quite delicious. We're going to be smoking out of the club. My new usual piece. I love the club. It's so versatile. The Melon Spear. Yeah, but let's move on to our first news story of the day, the passing of Rush Limbaugh. He's somebody that I've had a general distaste for the entire time I've known who he was. First discovered who he was because when I lived in San Manuel, Arizona, as a teenager, I used to know this man who lived in the same trailer park as me, who played Santa around Christmas time, and he was an old man, had a big white beard. He looked like Santa Claus. But he was generally a nice guy, but rabidly right-wing. And he'd always be listening to his Rush Limbaugh out there on his radio. And I've hung out with him a few times, so I've heard some Rush Limbaugh. And be honest with you, he's a genuinely fucking terrible human being. Pro-war crimes, anti-drug, openly racist. Just a fucking ghoul among ghouls. So the fact that people are supposed to feel sad about his death, I definitely don't. I debate whether it's appropriate or not to have a party, a celebration, in honor of his death. Because he really was just a terrible human being who spread terrible ideas. And maybe if he didn't talk so much shit while smoking his cigars on air, maybe he wouldn't have died of lung cancer. Did the piece of shit think about that? And for people who want like sources and evidence of his racism, just off the top of my head, I remember when Obama was president, Rush Limbaugh was randomly attacking black women's sports teams for looking ghetto or something. Because, you know, Rush Limbaugh, he has the right to dictate what ghetto is. Oh, man. Just an unrepentant fucking turd. As soon as I'm done taking this dab, I'll go ahead and show a little video of just, you know, the best of highlights, clips of him just being a generally hateful human being. Enjoy.
Yeah. with an A on the end. It's not racist.
Thank you for your decades of tireless devotion to our country.
Receiving the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
How many of you guys, in your own experience with women, have learned that no means yes if you know how to spot it?
Al Sharpton goes out the front door. Yes, I spoke a little Negro dialect there. I can do that when I want to.
So on brand, through the practices of two bigoted minds and disdaining what the Medal of Freedom is all about. Rush Limbaugh is a racist who has taken aim and successfully stirred racial hatred amongst his loyal listeners. When Limbaugh was hired at ESPN to serve on the panel on NFL Countdown, Limbaugh said, "Football is like life, and I know life. Oh, do you?"
What we've had here is a little social concern in the NFL. I think the media has been very desirous that a black quarterback do well.
This was only the tip of the iceberg. Rush's dumb point was arguing against the decision to start African-American quarterback Donovan McNabb, who he felt shouldn't have been given any credit for his team's play. ESPN exalted Limbaugh, releasing numbers off their own website, gloating in Limbaugh's presence, but at the same time knowing what they signed up for. Limbaugh opened up with an essay about the wonders of the NFL. He concluded by saying football is a game in which you can invest total passion without consequences. Try doing that with a woman. Limbaugh resigned shortly after his McNabb comments. It would get worse. In 2007, Limbaugh attacked NFL players. Look, let me put it to you this way. The NFL all too often looks like a game between the Bloods and the Crips without any weapons. There, I said it. Limbaugh later said that the NFL comment he made in 2007 was not racial.
The left has hijacked this game.
When he attempted to buy the then St. Louis Rams in 2009,
a New York Giants defensive end, Matthias Kiwanuka, who said he can do whatever he wants, it is a free country. But if it goes through, I can tell you where I am not going to play.
Amidst blowback, Rush dropped out of his bid but said, "I now have something in common with Justice Thomas. I too have had my high-tech lynching." In 2004, Limbaugh made more racist comments, this time on the National Basketball Association. It's time to get rid of this whole National Basketball Association. Call it the TBA, the Thug Basketball Association, and stop calling them teams. Call them gangs. They're going in to watch the Crips and the Bloods out there wherever the neighborhood is, where the arena happens to be. You look at NBA players and the uniforms, you don't have to go back very far. The uniforms have changed totally. They're now in gang colors. To him, a black athlete is just another gang member.
Sentiments with the masses. This is how he chose to speak of a New York Yankee icon the day he died in 2010.
Steinbrenner has passed away at age 80. That cracker made a lot of African-American millionaires.
In 2011, Limbaugh decided to mock the Chinese president during his visit to the United States.
Hu Jintao was just going ching-chong, ching-chong, chong-chong, chong-chong, ching-chong, ching-ba-ba-ba.
Limbaugh attacked those who didn't share his political ideas with a fervor and harshness that stood out amongst his talk show peers.
As you might know, I care deeply about stem cell research.
When actor Michael J. Fox, who suffers from Parkinson's disease, did this ad for a Democratic candidate who supported stem cell research, Limbaugh pounced.
This is Michael J. Fox. He's got Parkinson's disease. And it's, in this commercial, he is exaggerating the effects of the disease. He is moving all around and shaking, and it's purely an act.
After outrage over his comments, Limbaugh apologized the next day, saying, "I will bigly, hugely admit that I was wrong." In 2012, when a Georgetown law student spoke to House Democrats to support mandating insurance companies cover contraceptives, Limbaugh called her a slut and a prostitute, and then this.
So, Ms. Fluke, and the rest of you feminazis, here's the deal. If we are going to pay for your contraceptives and thus pay for you to have sex, we want something for it. And I'll tell you what it is. We want you to post the videos online so we can all watch.
He later apologized for that too. But he reserved a great deal of his racist comments for one man, Barack Obama, both as president and as a candidate. In 2007, as Obama campaigned on hope and change, Limbaugh debuted a racist parody of Puff the Magic Dragon, sung by a candidate for chairman of the Republican National Committee.
Barack the Magic Negro.
Barack the Magic Negro. Yikes. That's back then. That's worse than back in the day when I used to refer to him as Black Bush. Damn, Rush. That's bad.